recently we've put a lot of power back into our team's hands to make a decision to do what they need to do. Hi, I'm Jackson Oram from Coronis. Yeah, probably get out of your own way. Just have a conversation and talk to somebody about the facts. There has been some very, very big changes in the last 12 to 18 months, and the reality is that this business is designed to list and sell real estate. So there's a lot of things that the team's been working on for 10 or 15 years to ensure that the leads that get passed to our agents are really high quality and convert at a very, very high rate. So yeah, all I would say is that you could potentially be costing yourself quite a bit of money if you don't at least have that conversation. Have a chat with the team. If it doesn't suit you, that's cool. But it's worthwhile. I started my career in 2013, the ripe old age of 19, at our Coorparoo office back in the day. There was a lot going on. So I started very, very fresh. I was actually cutting concrete before I started in real estate, so I had no real business or kind of professional experience at all. I was kind of helped quite a lot, and it was a very full-on process, especially in the first few months where we had a couple of really great mentors for me in that Coorparoo office, and it was flat out. Like, I was in the office really early, staying really late, but really loving what I was doing. I'd never been challenged to that kind of level before, so it was something that I had to understand, that I had a lot more opportunity and also a lot more potential than I'd previously understood. So for me, especially the first probably 6 or 8 months, it was more so just about re-gearing my brain and understanding that I could do a lot more than I'd previously understood. Honestly, it's a little while ago now, so I'm somewhat phased on the numbers, but I think it was between 24 and 28 sales for that first year. So yeah, it was really exceptional. I did some pretty cool stuff. Like, I was very lucky and blessed to be able to buy my first home not long after that, and fancy new car, and kind of hit all those goals and all that stuff that I wanted to do at that time. Just in the last 12 months, probably the biggest change is that I've noticed the business is much quicker to respond to changes in the marketplace, and not just in the marketplace in terms of property sales, but also in the industry itself. So there's a lot more flexibility from the top, even just on the basis of working our own hours, doing the work that you need to do to hit the goals that you want to achieve. That was always the case, and we always had a really, really strong foundation about goal setting. But I think recently we've kind of put a lot of power back into our team's hands to make a decision as to what they need to do what they need to do. Work the hours that they need to achieve what they need to achieve, and also have the flexibility that comes with that. One of the things I think that's made a big difference is changing our structures in regards to commission-only agents and debit credit agents and things like that. I am a commission-only agent now, and I really appreciate the freedom that that offers me, because I am ultimately responsible for my paycheck, whether it's every 2 weeks if I'm selling lots of stuff, or every month or 6 weeks if I'm not selling enough stuff. That's just the reality. So I'm the only one that's accountable to that. One thing that I know I myself have had to come to grips with recently is that I do what I do for other people. I like to be kept accountable because I'm an emotional and I guess a person that's driven by their friends and their acquaintances. So for me, it's really important to have that accountability with somebody, and I still have a performance coach with Tamika Kent, who's doing a great job like that, because I work better when we set up a structure where I'm in communication with her about my results and about what I'm doing every day. But that wasn't something that's been put in place by the company, or forced, I should say, by the company. That's something that I've decided that I need to have, and the flexibility is still there. Yeah, definitely. I've weighed them up dollar for dollar, and I don't think there's many out there that are comparable, frankly. One of the biggest changes, and one of the things that I'd like to say to anybody kind of considering to have a meeting, or considering working with us in the team here at Coronis, is that not only my experience anyway, do our remuneration packages ratchet up quickly, so the percentages of commission that you're getting paid based on how much you've written each quarter ratchet up very quickly to 75–80%, which is something that's pretty remarkable out there. But I don't go to my own building and pests unless I really need to. We've got a really experienced van driver who for the last 10 years has sat in on building and pest inspections and understands every piece of information I need and how to make sure we can get those deals through. I've got a broker that calls any of my interested clients Saturday afternoon to make sure that we know exactly how likely they are to achieve finance before they even make an offer. We've got support centre, so that on a Saturday afternoon I'm running between open for inspections. I'm not pulling my laptop out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and trying to docu-sign a contract to a buyer to get an offer. I call Brielle at Support Centre. She does all of that really quickly, can follow it up with 10 years of real estate contracts experience. So there's things like that that make my life so much easier than they have been previously, or that I know other agents at other brands are struggling with, that I just think, yeah, I couldn't be without now. Like, I've been chased by other agents plenty of times. You know, there's some sexy players out there that are really trying hard to get people with a few runs on the board, but frankly, it's just a no-brainer for me at the moment. For me personally, I would say I get a lead that's come outside of the business, so from like an online lead generator, probably once a fortnight, if not once a week, and they're high quality leads, people that are considering selling. But my internal leads are also really, really valuable, and it's hard to say numbers, but sometimes I'll get 3 or 4 of those in a week, and a lot of the times they'll probably list 50% of the time within a month or so.
I would be a little bit scared to go and work out the numbers, because I know the property management team would be maybe potentially a little bit upset as to how much of their rent roll that I might have sold over the last 8 years. But the reality is that I probably get a listing a month, if not more, out of our rent roll.